There's a
where
Trinity
from?
in the Trinity in a distance knows
Like
where the level up cabin
outdoors? Okay.
building is, and she is waving from a distance, trying to get your attention.
I mean, is she on
You
my
know,
side of the building or the other side of the
since
building?
we're in a big city, I'm kind of tempted to play a certain song.
I don't know.
Fortunately, none of us are fast enough for that song.
Don't worry, it's something fun. It's something fun. It's from Dragon Quest. Every time you enter a big city.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you were gonna play Living in the City.
No. I want to help set the atmosphere, not derail things with music.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
I'm not
too
sure
late.
this is the correct atmosphere for gloomy super tech town.
Look, hey, we weren't described the town. It's just that it was big.
Except it's basically ruled by a megacorp, so you know, figure that one out.
It's megacorp ruled giant city, way too many people.
So Metropolis from Ratchet and Clank.
Sure.
It's more the mega city from Judge Dredd.
I don't know.
I have not seen Judge Dredd.
How dare you?
I can't stop loving you.
Don't.
Anyway,
Speaking of getting derailed,
all of you see the Trinity is waving in your general direction, trying to get your attention. The caravan is nowhere to be seen. Presumably, they all are parked out back somewhere. Out back? Oh. Somewhere. In a warehouse, something, while they all buy into whatever they do at Trinity's bar.
As a player, I actually have an excuse to not be overly active because she's terrified of Trinity. So, upon seeing her wave them over, she'll just sort of quietly slink back just a little bit.
Ethereal, your 22 passive perception allows you to see what Trinity is so excitedly pointing at.
Which is?
In the distance, you can see a giant neon sign with an arrow pointing straight down at a building named Bard's Bar.
Ah, so she wants us to meet her at the bar. Bard's Bar. Bar.
Filled with bard music.
If it's alright with Trinity, I'd like to go get all the stuff for my level up first.
You just did. You got your card.
Yeah, but I
That's
don't.
what
we finished that, I think.
When do I get my mechanical servant?
Am I forgetting something?
That's better music.
That's beneath the rotting pizza.
Yeah.
Well,
sure is.
Final Fantasy VII.
I thought I knew the name of that song. Anyways.
On this level, I get a mechanical servant.
I don't think they'd give that to you though. I think that's like however you're a character class like that would normally get it.
I'd say that's more of you gain a breakthrough that allows you to make it, and next scene we see you in, you could have, or after a day or something, you can have it, something like that.
After some kind of rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess Ethereal will make her way over to Bard's Bar.
Do I gotta make another stealth check?
Yes, please. I need
two.
Two.
Okay.
There are guard outposts all throughout the city.
If I take it slow, could I take 10 on these?
If you take it slow, can you take what? Sorry, this dog's barking in the background.
Take 10 on these.
You know where, go for it.
Okay. Just to avoid, like, potentially rolling a 1.
You managed to follow Ethereal well and good. Nobody seems to notice you, but your box is grabbing a lot of attention.
Well, I would say I'll have a talk with it later, but I don't even know if that's an option.
Nethos, your eternally infinite energy dog is also grabbing you a lot of attention.
Annabelle will actually...
I have to run to the bathroom now.
And unlike And then like the box was just kind of a bit of embarrassment. Mythos is kind of like, you know, he finds that endearing. That's gathering attention.
And in all fairness, Mythos doesn't have to worry about being murdered on sight, as it were. But that said, I think Annabelle will stick with her story, and she will ride on top of the box, acting as though it's like a mount that she has, and attempting to regain, basically acting as a lady riding a horse.
2 legs to one side, casually sitting cross-legged on top of a horse.
Basically, yes. Yeah,
The horse has many legs and is box.
yes, she will sit side saddle like a proper lady.
Yes, you can.
Do we need to
Ethereal.
Do we need to get the box a saddle?
Oh boy.
That was an actual in-character question. Annabelle responds, it might not be a bad idea. At least while we're here.
Annabelle is side saddling your box, Vex, because it is gathering a lot of attention.
Derp stepped out to use
Yeah,
the
I'm back.
Yeah,
restroom.
he said he returned.
Oh, very good.
Haha. So the problem is I don't. Okay, so can I give like basic orders to the box?
Now that you have the card, I'll say yes.
Okay, I want to have it move to like the side of the path, so that it's not going through the side of the road to move, so that it's not going through like the main crowd.
Yeah.
And if it would run into someone and they see it, they can just step out of the way then.
Okay.
But Annabelle will ride it and basically pretend like it's her steed, and she's riding it, and no big deal.
Ethereal, while you're heading to
Alright,
the
really
bard's,
funny mental image.
the bard's bar, you seem to remember there is a sort of
English is hard.
let me reset that thought for a second.
Sure.
Ethereal, as you're walking along to Trinity's bar, you see, or you remember, something that Trinity told you before. There is a sort of underground black market for less than legal magical items that might be able to help you out identifying that ambiguous object.
Okay, thank you.
She's a helpful lady.
Well,
Well,
bards are the center of most things, so they have a lot of connection.
I mean, they probably spooned most of the people in the city.
And here I was just gonna say they do a lot of interacting with people.
No,
I
I
will
said
say that Trinity is no stranger to the entirety of the megacity. Her band of bards is quite famous.
See, I can't tell
More
how
than
I
one
can't tell how
reason.
serious it is when you say like if it would be her personally is the thing, and I'm like, I don't know
She
which way
is
that
yet
goes.
only one person. There are millions of people. I'm pretty sure not any one person could ever do that many spooning.
I stand by my statement. Anyways,
said spooning, which is completely wholesome activity.
It's just
She-
cuddling. It's fine.
she just gets a bunch of people in a row.
Cuddle pile. So, Annabelle will enter the bar.
It's quite lively in the bar. Extremely lively. In fact, it's like if you've watched Pirates of the Caribbean, it's like the pirate
Tortuga?
bar. Tortuga, yeah, it's a standard bar in Tortuga. Like people are being thrown over the handrails of the third story. Bar stools are being cracked over people's heads.
Annabelle will leave the bar.
Slow steel
The
forward.
box continues forward into the bar.
Right, very good then.
Hang on, except I didn't go. I didn't go into the bar yet.
Dang it.
There's a lot of people who. Okay, here's the thing. I know the bards are okay with me, but this is a bar. They're not necessarily just going to be their folk in there. I'm gonna look for a back entrance.
How many dead people are in this bar?
Trinity seems pretty good, or her bard seems pretty good at keeping people alive in this bar. There's a lot of healing spells going on.
I feel like none dead, probably many unconscious for various reasons.
We've been corpse free for the past 30 days. Unconscious bodies.
We've been
Get a little
we've been unconscious bodied free for the past 10 seconds. 9,
Oh,
8,
that's a new record.
7.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Much like you can do in Dishonored, there are several body piles in the room of unconscious or passed out people.
Get their foot away. Get their foot away from the fire. Get their foot away from the fire.
Keep them away from any rivers.
I learned this lesson. But no, for real. Annabelle will go ahead and enter the bar and sort of look around and be like, "Oh, well, this is a memorable place, isn't it?"
You also see some ladies dressed much like you, but they're very much not classy ladies. And they're all sitting in the corner trying to get the attention of men.
Yeah, Mythos is gonna walk into the bar as well. Not wanting to leave Annabelle like that, because...
Well, Annabelle, I think, is being brought around to the back entrance.
Well, I'm having her go through the front for the sake of moving
So you stepped off the
Christine
box.
along.
Got it.
Yeah.
Step out the
Okay.
box. Okay. I'm still going to the back entrance.
Vex, I need a perception roll so you can see if you can find the back to this area, because back alleys are a mysterious maze.
Oh boy. 21.
21's good enough. You find a neon entrance that says the back entrance.
A neon entrance. Wait a minute.
A neon sign pointing straight toward the back.
So what actually was
Trinity
the DC?
likes her neon signs.
What actually was the DC for that? I have to ask.
If you wanted any other building's back door, it was 26.
Fair.
For Trinity's, it was 10.
Okay.
She almost lit the path. That's how she kind of did it.
Hmm.
Because having a back door is useful sometimes. Not
Absolutely.
dying in a back alley is also useful most times.
Most times.
I am going to go and knock on the door.
The mimic that you met before is the one to answer the door.
Hello again, friend.
Nice.
Say again?
I forgot his voice, so I'm just gonna go with, "Oh, hey, you're back!"
Sure. Yes, apparently Trinity wanted to speak to us again. And I feel it would... I'm not sure it would be safe to go in the main entrance.
Most of these people are too drunk and just assume it's their eyes moving and not us.
All it would take is one to remember later, though.
I suppose that's true.
You'll,
We can
you'll have,
just
you'll
eat
have to
them later.
you'll have to forgive me my paranoia.
Nah, perfectly warranted.
I'd prefer not to eat more people than I have to. That's, well, literally and figuratively messy.
They're so tasty, though.
I'll grant you that, but it's not worth the trouble.
I suppose if you want to stay alive for longer, you should eat less people.
My life is something I'm very, very attached to, yes.
A quick question. Inside the bar, right, is it Trinity or Trini?
Trinity.
Trinity, okay, thank you. Trinity, is she, like, is she inside trying to wave us over to a certain section of the bar, or...
No, it doesn't take much to spot out Trinity on the main stage, skipping around playing a violin.
Well, then, since that is the case, Annabelle will try and find her way to the front, and will sort of sit down, trying to be seen by her, and will patiently wait.
Mythos will do the same. He'll try to find Annabelle and wait right next to her.
Your posture and everything is quite in stark comparison to the rest. You're easily spotted by Trinity, who smiles and motions for you to sit down while she finishes the song.
Annabelle will do so.
Mythos will sit down.
As soon as the majority of the group, minus Vex, sits down, a waitress comes over. Would you like anything? Trinity has put this on the house. We serve alcohol, we serve non-alcoholic beverages, we serve food. Our food is quite good. We can also get you some commodities, like a cigarette if you wish one, or a cigar. We have some fresh mints if you want one.
I should like a particularly strong whiskey, please. Thank you.
A whiskey for the lady. Would anybody else want anything?
Make it 2.
2 whiskeys for the lady and the gentleman.
Could I have... What sort of cider do you have?
We have all sides. Apple, pear, a new invention by Trinity, pineapple cider. And she goes on listing many more ciders than fit on a hand.
And Starries, my character is going to keep on trying to say apple. Apple.
Oh, apple. Okay.
Apple cider, please.
An apple cider for the lovely,
Actually, ma'am. Mythos says, actually, ma'am, instead of the whiskey, can you give me your finest Cabernet?
Cabernet, good choice.
I'll take your strongest drink and your best food.
I'm afraid you will need Trinity's written approval for our strongest drink, as, it's been known to cause...
Need to sign a waiver.
deaths. But that's beside the point.
I'll take your second strongest drink then.
Second strongest drink coming up.
You might need to go a few down the list before you get to real safety.
I was playing with Micaiah from Earth. She'd be like, strongest drink.
I can cast Cure Wounds unlimited times, it's fine.
Oh, no.
Vex.
Yes.
It would seem a little, I don't know. Gerby approaches you. Would you like anything? We have... No, that's not the right voice. Would you like anything? We have some, drinks that your kind quite likes.
How close am I to the rest of the party?
Close enough that you could see them, that they were ordering drinks, and that Trinity took notice of them.
Hmm.
But you're in a part of the bar that most people aren't wandering over to necessarily and fighting in.
Right, kind of a quiet section.
Yes.
Well, much as I appreciate the offer, seems the rest of the party is indulging, and perhaps at least one person should avoid that for now.
Don't. No matter how drunk the others get, Mythos will stay perfectly sober. Divine help me.
Annabelle's not normally one to get hammered, but she has some forgetting to do, so...
She has a reason right now.
Vex, you notice that after you declined, the Gerby's talking to the other Mimic, and he has ordered a lot of drinks. Like a lot of drinks.
Well, I guess he's drinking for me then, so I don't need to worry about it.
God, Bard, why are you not looping?
I'm the designated driver.
Kind of. I mean, okay, maybe if he sees that if Vex sees over time that Mythos is not getting drunk, then maybe he'll try something. But again, there's that whole paranoia issue.
I mean, when the entire world is literally out to kill you on sight.
Yeah, altered states of mind are not a good idea most of the time.
Yeah, after Trinity finishes her violin show performance, she hops down and joins you at the table. She also waves Vex over, seemingly oblivious to the dangers that could pose if somebody did see you. Somebody not drunk did see you.
You know what? I will move when she signals, because presumably people are gonna see her before they see me.
Makes
And
sense.
I think that gives me a certain amount of protection.
She doesn't look directly at you while waving at you, so as not to draw attention to you, but she kind of points under the table, signaling that she wants to speak to everybody, including you.
Okay. Quick question then. Is this... Actually, I have an interesting idea. Can I turn into a chair?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna do that and then move over to the table.
Okay.
Dark soul
Trinity looks quite
intensifies.
surprised as the other mimic is unable to shapeshift in such way. So you are a unique case to her.
Well, maybe he's out of practice.
She is only taken aback for a minute before she once again goes back to her smiles. She gets real down low to the table and starts whispering at a above normal voice temperature, gosh dang it, volume, because it's quite loud in here and whispers would not be heard.
Okay.
Oh, that attitude.
So it's like quieter than like the ambient voices, but
Yeah, she's talking at more than a normal voice would sound because it's that loud in here. But that would be considered whispering in here.
Yeah.
Loud enough to be heard, but not loud enough to be overheard.
I hear you encountered Mr. Rotley.
yes, we did.
How did you hear about that already?
He offered our salvation. Why is she Irish now? Oh my god. Oh boy. Apparently Bard just died. Okay. All the bards in the room died.
Well then.
No.
Well, Annabelle will get up.
Suddenly,
Some work to do.
suddenly it's very quiet. Trinity is actually shouting now.
Well, time for the power.
Anyway, we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna ignore this bard's death. It's probably normal. At this bar, it's probably normal. But,
That's okay. They'll just cast it.
Oh, it's back.
It'll survive.
oh,
Oh,
somebody cast Revivify.
Cone of Resurrection.
Anyway, he offered our salvation if we work for him.
Say again?
Mr. Rodley approached us much like I assume he approached you, and offered our salvation should we work with him.
Not as such, no.
Well,
Instead, we kind of
My
challenged
recollection
him
is more that
openly.
he stated his opposition to what we were doing.
Oh,
Or, I suppose, what it is we're ultimately hoping to protect.
what? You don't remember the part where he was like, "Join me in my evil little schemes"? I certainly do.
Suppose that wasn't
then
what I
we
was.
pretty much
I suppose that wasn't what I was
found-
focusing on at the time.
Well, you should have been paying more attention. She takes another swig of her whiskey.
the broom hovering above Annabelle slaps Annabelle for being sassy.
Don't
She-
do that. That'll only make her worse.
What I'm talking about is about allowed to be sassy.
And she looks up. She looks over. Oh, did something stupid hit me?
that's the best insult you can come up with.
And she looks over. Well, it's better than the insult that's your life.
So help me, I will eat one of you if we don't get this back on track.
Trinity laughs really loud at that. I'm going to say you said that out loud, Vex, because that's hilarious.
I did say it out loud. Just like I'm
Perfect.
doing that like just loud enough for the table to hear, kind of thing.
Trinity laughs out loud. Quite
There's
a
no need to get
rambunctious
so-
party.
There's no need to get so uppity about it. Right then. So you were saying?
Well, Mr. Rodley realized the benefits to having bards on his side, as information can be spread quite quickly. But naturally, I declined because, how do I put this? If everybody's dead, who am I playing for?
He is a little genocidal, yes.
Also, the fact that the people he wants to get rid of are my greatest customers.
What? Lonely soldiers?
Everyone.
Soldiers on all sides come to me. The plants
Oh.
drink quite awkward drinks, but I provide nonetheless. Getting the blood for some of those drinks is weird. Different story.
She looks at her a little strange. I was implying that you were a harlot, but very well.
Trinity seems to take no offense from anything you're saying about her. Presumably because it's all true.
Just like accurate statement. Yeah, I agree.
There's no insult here. Like, you're just stating facts.
It's a bard. What do you expect?
Well, Mythos
Yeah.
is just gonna.
It's not just a bard. It's the queen bard.
Well, Mythos is gonna be like kind of like looking at Annabelle, the Trinity, and to the broom, and then he's just gonna look back at his drink and he's just gonna mutter, "Inebriation. Such a curious thing."
Right, and it makes them look funny. Gosh, I keep defaulting to Irish and I don't know why.
How in the morning
Trinity's
do
not
you not
Irish.
To be fair, the song we're listening to it sounds very Irish. So
I guess it's called Irish Pirate, but that's why is Trinity's all of a sudden Irish? Ugh.
I know.
I
See, look how much
mean-
power a bard has.
I mean, is that really such a bad thing, though? You know, just saying. But yes.
Oh boy.
So, so you said no, and then?
Well, he had threatened to destroy my entire caravan, but I don't suppose he expected that my entire caravan is full of bards that I trained myself. And thus we can be quite persuasive. She gets a
Control him.
she gets a slight smile. Needless to say, he's quite hostile toward us now after what happened. He got several burn marks.
On his ego or his body?
I would assume both from being bested by bards and being quite literally set on fire multiple times.
Has he
Oh.
taken any action against you?
Not against us directly, but against our customers, yes.
Wait, so he freezes us in place to talk to us.
I'm pretty sure he did that because he learned that he needs to do that.
Also,
That-
we're probably both a smaller group and less ridiculous to contain than a group of bards.
In fact, who knows? Maybe he went to the bards before us, and he was like, "Right,
He
I'm
learned his
learning.
lesson before he dealt with us.
Oh. Alright, so you said no, and he threatened a lot of you, and for once bards proved themselves to not be useless leeches on society, and then what?
Fawn will remember this.
Trinity ignores your statement. Well, I come here to offer pretty much my guild, my clan, my organization, whatever it is, in help of your efforts, because we have been contacted by some people who wished Mr. Rodley dead. And those people, I have found out, are the same people that contact you.
Hmm. This would be the shroud then.
The Shroud and your mysterious, not to shade any sort of shade on it, but the traitors to your alignments, pretty much. The war effort people who are working behind the scenes to end this war. Them and the Shroud both agree.
So, hold on. You're telling me
No, no.
that you're giving us all your everything just because this
Annabelle,
fat
you're-
old guy talks to you?
I'm not giving it to you, I'm lending resources should you need any or need any help. I'd be happy to provide.
Oh. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Trinity does a few, says a few incantations, and suddenly you're not inebriated, Annabelle. She also gives you more drinks.
Welcome to
You
the
know,
roller coaster.
On the removal of her inebriation, Annabelle blinks a couple times.
Would you like more drinks? You can clearly tell she's trying to sell you more than you've already drunk by refreshing you and letting you drink more. You may speculate that this is how this bar is so popular that all of a sudden people are completely non-inebriated again and they think they need more drinks.
Mythos is gonna look at Trinity and say, "Now that is quite the business strategy."
Trinity smiles and puts a finger to her lips and says, shh.
Trinity's gonna, and then Mythos is gonna pipe up with, "Actually, my friend mentioned your strong strength needs your personal approval."
Oh. You wish to try it?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I suppose I am here to revive you should you need it. I hope you
Or-
don't need it.
Or to provide a proper burial.
We won't be burying anybody in my bar. Nobody dies in my bar. They die outside my bar after I throw them out.
Oh, wow.
I'm not. Okay.
I keep everybody in my bar quite alive.
So as long as they stay in the bar, they're safe. Understood.
I cannot, however, watch the streets, so the fights that break out on the streets, due to the alcohol being served here, are not of my responsibility. But yes, I shall grant the both of you permission if you really want it.
What'd you say, Galarian? You got very quiet all of a sudden.
Mythos is gonna say, "Yes, I would like a glass of your strongest drink."
Oh, no, we don't do glasses here, we do jugs. She snaps her fingers and out comes a written agreement that she has provided both Ethereal and Mythos a quill to sign.
Mythos signs.
Ethereal signs.
Are you not even going to read it?
No, I trust this person.
It basically removes my responsibility should you die due to my invention of this drink. Right? It avoids a lot of legal issues.
I see. Mythos, about how tall are you?
5'6".
Thank you.
Don't. He's gonna turn to Annabelle. You won't need it. You won't need it.
So was there a class reason that you couldn't get inebriated? I need to know this real quick before I give you this
Paladin.
drink. Oh yeah. Which
I
paladin
mean,
were you?
We'll see about that.
Both
The
of
paladin one was immune to disease. What was it exactly that using.
It's like
You said your Oath of the Ancients, correct? AKA the Paladins.
but like divine health stuff is like that's not part of like an order. That's
No,
not part
divine
of an
health.
order. It's just,
Okay.
yeah, you just get it.
Give me 1 second to look that up to see how this drink will affect you.
I'm legit curious now.
I get immediately returned back to my home.
Takes one drink and all of a sudden she's like, "Peace!"
Psych!
Divine health only makes you immune to disease, so I'm still gonna do this thing with you.
Oh boy.
Hi. After a more than normal time for a drink normally would be, you see the waitress come back with 2 very large jugs of alcohol, or presumably alcohol. You can, just by looking at it and smelling it, you can smell the alcohol in this drink.
Oh,
So much alcohol had been space-time.
It has a very light blue hue that seems to swirl back and forth into purple. You guys drink?
Yes.
How much do you drink? Important question.
Let's start with a mouthful.
A mouthful. I'm gonna need a constitution save per mouthful.
Oh, I'm even proficient in that.
Before Mythos does his drink, he's gonna see how Ethereal reacts.
18 total.
That's not good enough.
Uh,
Ethereal. Almost as soon as the alcohol touches your mouth, the world starts spinning and you lose every ounce of balance you once had. I'm gonna need a dexterity save to keep you on your feet.
Well, at least I'm not poisoned.
That's a 13.
what are feet?
Yeah, no, you off your hoof, on your hoof.
Hey, oh.
You
So,
collapse
Mythos is
face
gonna
first
turn
onto
to,
the
Mythos is going to
ground.
turn to Annabelle. First of all, Mythos is going to turn to Trinity and say, perhaps we can continue this conversation when I'm sober. And he's going to turn to Annabelle. So, I'm 5'6", my body measurements are...
She will write them all down.
And for the wood, the finest ebony wood you can find.
Finest ebony wood.
Because in real life, ebony is a wood, not a metal.
Because in real life, ebony is a wood, not a metal.
Alright, so here we go. A swig.
Do you take a similar size or a bigger one than Ethereal?
Same size as Ethereal.
Okay, I'm gonna need a constitution save.
That is a natural 20.
Ooh. What's the total score though?
Let me check my character sheet. That's a 23.
23 total.
That's as high as I can.
Due to your extraordinary luck, the world starts spinning, but you manage to brace yourself and stay upright and a little bit more together than Ethereal did with her first sip. you are still able to see things in relative steadiness. The world's still moving, and it's not you that's moving.
Mipha's eyes are just wide, and you see his like eyes just wandering in random places. And then he's going to look to Trinity. Huh. That's something. I think I need a moment.
I'm try to make around or just try to get her.
You're cutting out really bad. What did you say?
I'm gonna try to stable leg. Just try to get her upright.
Okay. Oh boy, Ethereal on the ground reaches for another swig.
Oh no.
Annabelle will begin
So
measuring
Ethereal
ethereals.
fell over and then reached out for another.
This is
Yep.
the good
Quietly.
stuff.
Oh no.
Annabelle will quietly pull out a piece of string and begin taking ethereal's measurements.
Ethereal!
Yes.
You thought you were dizzy before. Now it's a different story.
You're now not sure what gravity is.
Almost just about that. You're not exactly sure which way is up, which way is down, or which way is anyway. And the best vision you got is just little blurs. If you've ever seen a bokeh photo, it's just that.
I'm in space. This reminds me of
Yes, I'm sure you are.
reminds me of when I traveled to this planet.
Your people need you.
I
You
would
start
like to-
pretending to float away.
I would like to nudge Ethereal away from the table.
Ethereal is slid off the quite slick alcohol-covered floor.
Like toward a wall.
Yes. She hockey pucks her way to the wall.
So Mythos is going to turn to Trinity. So, while while Vex is taking care of Ethereal. Oh, what was it you were saying about resources? He's like just trying to keep it together.
We can ask for help if we need it. That's
Every moment is a struggle to just stay standing, Mythos. Trinity is quite surprised at your constitution and ability to not be passed out at this point. As you can see, Ethereal has not passed with the same flying colors as you have.
so I feel we should note I think we lost Star.
Yes. Oh.
Ooh.
Unfortunate, but given how she sounded,
It'd be like that sometimes.
eh. Don't know what
Oh,
she's in
Star I think is not nope, there we go.
Hey, Celosia fades out and then back into existence real quick. Foul play is at hand.
Ethereal goes, wow, this is really good alcohol.
Peace out. Peace out from reality for a second.
The drink's so strong someone else blacked out.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Yeah, Discord stopped responding.
That's weird.
I think I have it open.
That's odd.
Very odd.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely gonna need to reset the computer to get to be once I'm
You're still breaking
done.
up.
Yeah, because you're roboting pretty hard, so there's something wonky going on your end.
Nah.
Yeah. I think it's a RAM issue or CPU, whatever.
Oh, now you're quite suddenly clear.
I mean, it's coming and going for me, so.
Well, either way,
Oh,
was there
there we go.
something you were trying to do, Celosia?
Basically, as I said, just try to keep Ethereal upright.
You try your best, and Ethereal, despite your best effort, took another drink, and I really forgot what gravity was.
Mm.
Can ethereal fly?
I don't know. Ethereal, do you have flying capability?
No, which
Okay.
begs the question: how do space ponies travel through space?
Don't
We'll worry about that
about
later.
Jump really high.
You do the original reindeer tactic and just planetary jump.
Yep.
Be
So
careful. It gives you some levels of exhaustion.
Act 1 reindeer.
So,
But yeah, I'm basically going to be whispering to my ice sprite to help keep ethereal stable, I guess.
I already pushed the video
That
into
might be beyond your capability to keep ethereal stable.
Carry me. Thump.
Ethereal, is there a type of wood that you enjoy?
wait, what?
Ethereal does not understand words at this point.
And Annabelle's aware. She was just simply saying that with a small smile on her face. She stands up. Well, that said, what do you propose is our next move then? You have
Well,
brought us to you and offered your services. And aside, I suppose, from enjoying a nice afternoon of relaxation, what do you propose we do next?
I've been told from sources that there would be your group, your employees? She tries to find the right word. Will be contacting you at your lodgings, which I assume is your shop?
It would certainly be a centralized location.
And one
Well.
that one of us is already, and one that one of us is already familiar with.
Trinity magics up some crutches for you, Mythos. Cause she's pretty sure as soon as you let go of the table, you're gonna collapse.
Appreciate it.
Well, do you need some help transporting ethereal to your lodgings?
Yes, please.
I think we can manage. Just strap him to the luggage.
Well, in that case, I shall return to my shop and home, and I shall prepare it for visitors. I would ask that you all wait just, perhaps a little more towards evening, so I have adequate time to make sure there's space for guests.
How far away from here is that?
Rocks?
Trinity jots up some instruction. It's just down the street.
Okay.
It's not far from this place.
Is Trinity still good on revivifying Ethereal if she dies?
Yes.
Good.
You haven't taken enough drinks. The serious death situation starts at 5.
I need to
I'm
keep drinking.
keeping you away. No, I'm keeping you away from the alcohol now. You've had enough.
Look. I get the ability to cast Revivify. Just saying. I also just so happen to have 300 GP worth of diamonds in my inventory. Just saying.
Okay, but also Drunk Ethereal has to get past me currently to have more drinks, so.
So yeah, Annabelle will go ahead and leave and head home and do pretty much that. She's going to go ahead and close up shop for a little bit. If she has any workers, she'll send them on vacations.
Unsurprisingly enough, there were no visitors in your shop.
They don't understand. Yeah, I don't think she would have had any employees, but she did. She just sends them home and to basically tell them to take a
I believe there was
vacation.
what was mentioned at some point in the past.
Probably. So. And then she'll arrange her goods to basically kind of be out of the way, and then she will essentially she sets it up so her home part, or at least her personal sleeping space, is still hers, but everything else is ready to receive guests and to sleep where space can be found.
Also, I will say, being a part of this city, it's the type where there is the shop with the living quarters on the second floor, and you do have a second floor.
Okay. So yeah, that's so she'll basically.
It is pretty small, so some people have to sleep downstairs.
Well, she's basically converting the downstairs mostly to a place for people to stay. She wants to keep the upstairs to herself as much as possible.
There's a lot more people as guests than would normally be fitting in that room, so
No, she's
somebody's
aware.
gonna have to be upstairs.
No, she's aware. She's just trying to she's trying to in a sense almost damage control at this point. She's like,
Okay.
well, I suppose it's not so bad if someone
she
has
knows,
to.
She knows she won't get the whole space. She's trying to just kind of
Mm-hmm.
control how much she has to give away.
I suppose if nothing else, she curtains off like her bed or something like that. If it's, but yeah, so she'll leave and get things ready for the party.